Hi, fourth graders. Miss Faulkner here looking at Module 7, Lesson 3, and our objective today is to be able to create conversion tables for units of time and use these conversion tables to solve problems. So go ahead and get out your Lesson 3 practice sheet, and if you do not have this, you can print one out. The first conversion table that we're going to make is minutes to seconds. How many seconds are there in a minute? There are 60 seconds in a minute. So if there are 60 seconds in a minute, how many seconds would be in 2 minutes? 120 seconds. How many seconds would be in 3 minutes? 180 seconds. Do you realize the pattern here? Each time we're adding on 60 seconds for each minute that we add on. Or we could say also that we are multiplying by 60 because each minute is an equal group of 60 seconds. So 1 minute times 60 seconds would be 60 seconds. 2 minutes, that's 2 equal groups of 60 seconds, which would give us 120 seconds. 3 minutes, that's 3 equal groups of 60 seconds, which would give us 180 seconds. So we are multiplying by 60 because each minute is an equal group of 60 seconds. So what would 4 minutes be? 4 times 60, well, I know that 4 times 6 is 24, so 4 times 60 would give me 240 seconds. So let's pause, and then you can finish your unit conversion table, and then unpause when you're ready to check your work. Here is my completed unit conversion table from minutes to seconds, with each minute being an equal group of 60 seconds. So pause and check your unit conversion table. What would be our rule for converting minutes to seconds? Our rule is to multiply by 60 because each minute is an equal group of 60 seconds. Our next unit conversion table that we're going to look at is hours to minutes. How many minutes are there in every hour? If we think back to a clock is made up of 12 equal groups of 5 minutes. 12 equal groups of 5 minutes is 60 minutes. So looking at our clock here, that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 minutes. So each hour is an equal group of 60 minutes, which means that 2 hours would be 120 minutes, 3 hours would be 180 minutes, and so on. Do you notice some similarities between this conversion table and our minutes to seconds conversion table? Each one of these is multiplying by 60 because each minute is an equal group of 60 seconds and each hour is an equal group of 60 minutes. So go ahead and pause and then unpause when you're ready to check your unit conversion table for hours to minutes. Here's what our unit conversion table from hours to minutes should look like. So what would our rule be? Once again, our rule should be to multiply by 60 because each hour is an equal group of 60 minutes. Our next conversion table that we're going to be looking at is days to hours. How many hours are there in every day? There are 24 hours in every day. So one day is 24 hours. 2 days would be 48 hours. 3 days, we would have to add on another 24 hours to that. So 48 plus 24. 8 plus 4 is 12. Drop the 2, carry the 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. So that would be 72 hours. So what is our pattern here? Each day that we add on another 24 hours. Or we could say that we are multiplying by 24 because each day is an equal group of 24 hours. So 1 day times 24 hours is 24 hours. 2 days times 24 hours in each day is 48 hours. 3 days times 24 hours in each day is 72 hours, and so on. So let's go ahead and pause, complete your unit conversion table, and then unpause when you're ready to check your work. Here is what our completed unit conversion table from days to hours should look like. So go ahead and pause and check your work, and then unpause when you're ready to find our rule. What would our rule be for converting days to hours? Well, I know that each day is an equal group of 24 hours. So our rule for converting days to hours should be to multiply by 24. Now we want to be able to take our unit conversion tables that we made and take these rules that we found and apply this to solving some problems. So we have a few problems that we're going to take a look at that are going to require us to use our unit conversions. The first problem that we're going to look at is how many seconds are in 23 minutes. If we think back to our unit conversion tables that we just made, each minute is an equal group of 60 seconds. So our rule for converting from minutes to seconds was to multiply by 60. So we are going to take 23 minutes and multiply that by 60 because each minute is an equal group of 60 seconds. So we need to do 23 times 60. Now there are a few different strategies that we could use. I am going to use our area model strategy. 23, I would be able to expand into 20 plus 3, and then 60, I would not be able to expand because that's just 6 tens and I don't have anything in my ones place, so I can't expand it. 20 times 60, well, I know 2 times 6 is 12, so 20 times 60 would be 1,200. And then this area over here, I have a length of 3 and a width of 60. I know that 3 times 6 is 18, so 3 times 60 would be 180. To find my final area or my final product for multiplying 23 times 60, I would need to add 1,200, which was 20 times 60, plus 180, which was 3 times 60. That would give me 1,380. So in all, there are 1,380 seconds in 23 minutes if I use my rule from my unit conversion table to multiply by 60 because there are 60 seconds in every minute. The next problem that I am going to look at is how many minutes are in 36 hours. So I'm going to need to convert 36 hours into minutes. If I look back at my unit conversion table, there are 60 minutes in every hour, so my rule for converting is to multiply by 60 because each hour is an equal group of 60 minutes. So to solve this, I would need to do 36 hours times 60 minutes in each hour. Let's see, why don't I use partial products to solve this? So my 36, I can expand into 30 plus 6 and then multiply by 60. So 30 times 60, well, I know that 3 times 6 is 18. So 30 times 60 would be 1,800. And then 6 times 60, I know that 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 times 60 would be 360. So altogether, my final product would be 2,160. So in 36 hours, there are 2,160 minutes. Now let's look at an example of how we would do a unit conversion problem for days into hours. How many hours are in 14 days? So if we look back at our unit conversion tables, we see that our rule from days to hours was to multiply by 24 because each day is an equal group of 24 hours. So to solve how many hours there are in 14 days, I would need to do 14 days times 24 hours in each day. So I have 14 equal groups of 24 hours. Now to solve this, I am once again going to use the area model strategy. Here is my area model. So my 14, I can expand into 10 plus 4. So I can chunk my columns into 10 columns plus 4 columns. And then my 24 here, I can expand that into 20 plus 4. So I can chunk my 24 rows into 20 rows plus 4 rows and then multiply. So for this larger area, I have a length of 10 times a width of 20, which would give me 200. Then I have a length of 4 times a width of 20, which would give me 80. Then I have a length of 10 times a width of 4, which would give me 40. And I have a length of 4 times a width of 4, which would give me 16. And then I would need to add all 4 of these smaller areas together to get my final product. So all of my smaller areas together, that gives me a sum of, let's find out, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6 gives me 6. 8 plus 4 plus 1 gives me 13. Drop the 3, carry 1 to my hundreds place, and 2 plus 1 gives me 3. So 336. So in 14 days, there are 336 hours. When you complete your lesson 3 problem set, you're going to keep working with these time unit conversions, and you are going to be completing questions 1 and 2 in your lesson 3 problem set. We're looking forward to seeing your work.